Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a sketchbook tour, a little series that I'd like to call Sketchbook Stories. Now to begin the story, I actually filmed this particular video 4 different times before I could get it right because pages kept sticking together and I would either miss a spread or up to 3 spreads. So I'm going nice and slow here and I finally got it right. This is a 4x4 inch sketchbook and I will link it down below in the description because I love this company. So over here, I made myself some personal notes. When I started, when I finished, what's in it, and I love to collect stickers from places I've been, products that I've bought, etc. Here's a little handwritten note, and this is the actual company, the Pink Pig. So over here, yes, I saved another sticker on the inside, and to the right, I did a Tombow marker sketch of these cute little penguins, a little mom and a baby. See, those pages stick together, so bear with me. Here's a simple marker sketch. I did some scribbly roses, straight lines, black and white, pretty straightforward. Now over here on the next page, this bunny, totally not my style, but it's important to do things that are out of your comfort zone. I went on Pinterest and I got the inspiration here, and even though this is not a watercolor sketchbook, I used a little bit of metallic watercolors for that cute little shimmer. I love this. This is a beautiful pop of color. On the left, Tombow markers, and on the right, acrylic paint markers were used. And these are just simple, cheerful sketches. It's one of my favorite spreads in this entire sketchbook. I'll get back to that later. Now, as you saw on the inside cover, I said a lot of Birdtober is in this sketchbook. A few years ago, I participated in Birdtober, and as we flip through, you will see I participated in the challenge. There will be a lot of little birds in here. I often save little paint remainders, and that's what I did here. I had a little glob of paint left, and instead of throwing it out, I slapped on a background and then I come back later. And I had a tickle in my throat, and now I'm back. So this is glassine paper, and I like to put it with particular mediums so that they don't smudge onto the other side. I did that with a pencil sketch, and even though these are watercolors, they're metallic watercolors, and the pigments will potentially rub off on the other side. Beautiful and shiny, but I don't want to ruin my little marker sketch on the left side, which I did again with some discarded little extra paint that I had lying around. So these beautiful stickers here are actually from the cover and in the back. They're all from the same artist, and that's the artist that wrote me the lovely handwritten note. I will link her down in the description. She's one of my artsy friends. I had extra paint, slapped on a background, and then I thought that was perfect to put these stickers in and preserve them. As you can see here, I'm showing you some shiny metallic reflections from a Birdtober that I did, but because of the little metallic reflections, I have to put the little glassine paper so that it doesn't rub on the other side. Almost every sketchbook has some kind of cheetah print. I've said it before and you'll see it again. And over here on the right side, yes, I had some leftover paint, water-based paint. I slapped on a background and then I came back later. Shameless plug, this is my little company sticker, and I just did a simple marker background. I particularly loved using acrylic paint markers in this sketchbook. I wanted to doodle one day, and that's what I did. I just whipped out acrylic markers, and that's what I did for this spread. Over here, I participated in a sketchbook challenge. I participate in that challenge with Susan Yates more than once before, and I always love her prompts, and I did a little prompt here. I actually did this doodle with dollar store colored pencils. Okay, so I have to say, I absolutely love this particular spread. It's so cheerful and summery, and I really love how acrylic paint markers responded with this paper. You're going to see a lot of acrylic marker drawings in here. It's just really easy, and you know what's nice about a 4x4 sketchbook? It's easy to travel with, and you fill up the page so quickly. It's not as intimidating. So this is a rabbit that is totally out of my style, especially the eyes, but I ended up liking it. Here are some swatches from some Polychromos colored pencils. I don't have very many, but I had those few. Over here, you're going to see lots of metallics and shinies. I had from a sketch box, actually. I had a metallic watercolor. I wanted to try out the color, so I did that on one side, and I liked it, and I decided to put something that I did with lino cut. I put the little penguin there because he kind of looks like he's in a snowstorm. And over here is just a simple marker sketch with a Molotow chrome marker. So there's full of shinies over here. Over on to the next page. Love that marker sketch. Again, like I said, I don't want to nag and go on and on. Love markers on this paper. I ended up using glassine over on the right. You're going to see once I move my hand, because the background was done with colored pencil and I didn't want the colored pencil to rub off on my cute little marker sketch. So guys, if you want to keep your pages clean and you don't want things to smudge, get a hold of some glassine paper. And if you can't, get some tracing paper, and if you really can't, then get some wax paper. It'll make a difference. If you guys watched my Inkjoy review on the gel pens, you will recognize this. This was the very last page of my sketchbook, and I used those pens to fill in that page, which allowed me to do this video, so yay. Over here on the left, I did some finger painting. I just blended the background, and I needed some sensory experiences to calm my nerves one day, so that is simple finger painting. It was awesome. This is inspired from my daughter's sketchbook. She made a sketch many years ago, and this is really not my style, but when I look at it, I think of her. And when I look at this spread, I think of her. So over here, this particular spread on the right, these were her favorite colors for years. So when I see those colors particularly together, I think of her. When she was younger, she actually cut out some scrapbook paper, and she's like, hey mom, you can use these as stickers one day. So I held on to them, and that was one day. I made a spread out of it. This is from a fruit challenge that I hosted a few years ago, and I just think it's really funny, and I made a pun, elder, like an elderberry, and I think he's funny. Over here, I had leftovers that I didn't want to ruin, so I'm like, hey, I'm slapping it on the back of a page, and then my friend gave me a sticker, and that's what I did. I had leftovers of these colors, but I put a little salt with that paint left over, and then I decided to tap into some pareidolia and be like, hey, what do I see? I see a cute sleepy turtle on this particular page, so I outlined it. I went back another time, and I just finally outlined it and completed the spread. Over here, I just did a simple fruit page, little marker doodle. And speaking of pareidolia, like I did in the previous spread, all that means is you see things that aren't supposed to be there that are there. So here, when I look here, I see the face of a lioness, I see a really fat penguin, and I see a little quail. All I did was use some scrap paint and scrape it on the page, and then move the page around to see what I saw. And then I simply added in just a few lines. So pareidolia, a lot of people have it. You'll look at something and see a face or something, and nobody else will see it unless they have pareidolia too. I was actually sent these cute little snowflakes in a little care package, so I put them on a page in my sketchbook. The same thing with the sticker. I was sent it and I put it in my sketchbook. Over here, this is another cheerful spread, loving the colors. I did the rainbow on another piece of paper, and then I stuck it in, and then I gave it a friend, a little cactus here. And I did this very similar styles with the little borders and the bright colors and the pops and the contrast, and it just really makes my brain happy when I see this. There's a few spreads that are my favorite. That's in my favorites. And here's another favorite. I love how these are completely different. One is really tropical and citrusy and really fun and out there and bright. And over here, I just did a bird for the bird challenge, but they kind of connect together because of the orange. So I don't know, I really like this spread. It cheers me up, but in a completely different way than bright colors like you see here. I did a sketchbook challenge, like I mentioned earlier, and this was one of the prompts. I don't do my sketchbook in order. I hop around. So this prompt was something on your wall. I did it all colorful. And over here, I used some Molotow markers to do another citrusy spread. I really like doing patterns and stuff like that. So I love this spread. It's cheerful. Over here, I just did a simple pattern. Again, a very small sketchbook. You can fill up the page quickly, and it's so nice and therapeutic. Over here is another bird from the challenge, like I've mentioned before, but I really like to do these color pencil outlines when I do stuff, and you're going to see more of that in my work. This is actually a spread that got hidden more than once when I was filming this, and it's not like it's remarkable or anything. It's just fun, and it's there. and I didn't want you guys to miss it. So here are some more stickers from scrapbook paper that my daughter made me. I had saved them and I turned them into a little picnic party. Here's another prompt from Birdtober, and I put the glassine because of the metallic watercolors. Beautiful, but the pigments will rub off on the other side. So I just loved the shinies. I used a lot of it in this particular sketchbook and this challenge, and I covered it up with that good old glassine paper. So over here on the next page, I tried a different brand of acrylic paint marker and I really liked it. The previous page bled through because I used alcohol markers, but it doesn't really matter, it's all good. These particular acrylic markers have sparkles in them. So in the right light, as you can see, when I do a little flippy, you can see the sparkles in it. So that was kind of a swatch page because I was testing it out. Over here, I used a beautiful silver marker, and I just love how it looks with the black and the white. So I did two spreads that kind of go together, and they're two completely different styles. That panda's not my usual style, but that's what sketchbooks are for. You play, you learn, you explore, you learn what you like, you learn what you don't like, and the sketchbook is ultimately for you, and you don't even have to share it with anyone. Over here, I have to say this is probably my least favorite page. I love the little jellyfish. Cute, fun, and now at the right angle you see the shinies. I think I was really anxious the day that I did the left side, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. I had to get it out, and it's kind of cool, but I kind of look at it now and it's chaotic. So it's cool in a chaotic way, but I really think I was working something out of my system when I was doing that. So over here, I had a colored pencil that I bought online, and it had multiple colors in it, and I was simply trying it out when I did that little avocado. Over here, marker sketch, there's just two colors to it, nothing crazy about it going on. I put glassine so that the colored pencil wouldn't rub off onto the other side. And here we are at the end of the sketchbook. Believe it or not, this was one of the first sketches that I did when I got the sketchbook. I don't do the pages in order. I do that on purpose because I need to learn to let go and have fun. And what I did over here is I put all the colors that I used in that sketch over there, and as time went on, I used leftover bits of washi tapes and stickers to fill up that side. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to give you guys a little tour of my favorites. Here's one of my favorite spreads. I made it very clear, and I'm just going to show you guys my top favorite spreads in this sketchbook. I really enjoyed filling it up. It took me about 3 years because I have a very busy life. I have multiple sketchbooks going, and I just want to encourage you guys, if you want to get into a creative habit, get a small sketchbook, a 4x4, 6x6, 8x8. It's easy to carry around, and I'm telling you, when the sheet of paper is smaller, it's so much easier to fill up. And if you don't have a lot of time, you can just do a little bit of collage, and you can just do a quick, simple sketch, and it's just easy goals accomplished quickly, and it's so encouraging. So I hope something in this sketchbook brought you joy or it inspired you. Feel free to tag me on Instagram if anything I did in here inspired you and you took an idea and ran with it. I would love to see it. You can message me, you can tag me, totally up to you. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will share future videos like this in the future as I continue to complete my multiple sketchbooks that I have going. I have one that's literally almost done already, so you'll see another one soon. Thanks for watching. I hope I see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.